Welcome to
Brutal.
the MMA podcast.
How you doing, dude?
I want to kill myself. um. So.
That looks fun.
Yeah.
What happened?
BJJ. I gas pedaled myself while trying to get a triangle on somebody.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just pulled really hard on my foot. It popped really loud. Like 8 people in class turned around and looked, and I was like, just like shrimping out of it.
Yeah.
I was like, that hurts really bad. It didn't hurt after that for like 6 hours. So I went to the mall, and I was like doing all this other stuff. But when I was at the mall halfway through, I just started limping, like hardcore. I just started hurting. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then it went away for a little bit when I got home, and I looked down at my ankle, and I'm like, wow, why is it triple the size it normally is?
And then he proceeded to send me a video of it while we were playing some stuff.
Unsolicited feet pictures.
Yeah, immediately my first thought was, that's not like a minor injury. You should go to the hospital. And this motherfucker didn't run to it. I was like, that looks like a sprain. And he was like, no, it's fine.
Everyone was telling me in BJJ it was just hyperextension, so I was like, it probably is. And then as the day went on and I couldn't put weight on it, I was like, it's actually really not good for me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the urgent care. I only waited for like 20 minutes. It was actually really fast.
Really?
Yeah, it was really fast. Kaiser Permanente is always really fast service, so shout out Kaiser. Sponsor me somehow. Big Pharma.
Big Pharma.
They just looked at it, did x-rays. There's no hairline fractures, so you should be good. But it is a really bad sprain, and you need to be on a boot for 2 weeks. So I'm off of work for 2 weeks.
Really?
And I can't really do much exercise at all for 2 weeks. So that really sucks. I can do upper body stuff. That's about it.
We'll do some upper body, but at least keep it
Please.
there. So
Please.
that is if some people just decide to play video games instead.
Yeah, right.
If they don't do that, but
Whatever.
yeah. Anyways, so we're excited for this new
UFC
new card.
293. I'll be watching all of it. I can't do anything else.
Yep.
We got a lot of really good fights in this card. Just to name a few names, we got Tyson Pedro, we got Jamie Malarkey, Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya, Manel Cape. We've got Tai Tuivasa, Alexander Volkov. Got a lot of big names in this card for surprisingly an underwhelming card at the same time.
Yeah, it was kind of like I think
for a pay-per-view, not the most structured card you'd ever seen. A lot of dropouts. That's probably has a lot to do with it. Manel Cape's opponent dropped out. I believe another fight was scrapped as well. And this card was kind of put together last second because Sean Strickland got a big enough check to say yes, basically.
that makes sense.
Because before you saying no, there's no way I'm fighting for under this certain number, and then eventually that he just stopped saying that, so I think they paid him, which is good.
Really?
Good for Sean Strickland.
No, that is good. Yeah, no, I think
I'm very entertained by Sean Strickland. Very funny at the press conference. We'll get into all that a little bit later.
that was funny.
Yeah, Sean Strickland was really going off. I think generally a lot of people at that press conference, it was just a funny press conference. It wasn't super intense or anything.
Yeah,
Maybe for them, but
well, I could see. Well, not even for them. I mean, it was like I think 2 of the fights, they were kind of just like, yeah, we're gonna fight.
yeah.
And it wasn't like it wasn't bad.
Justin
blood, it
Taffa.
wasn't-
Almost forgot to mention Justin Taffa. I'm excited for that fight.
True.
I'm just gonna go over 3 Australian prelim fighters that I'm really excited. They're all prospects to me, and they're all gonna win their fights in my opinion. And we're gonna start that with Jamie Malarkey. Jamie Malarkey split decisioned Michael Johnson not too long ago. I thought he lost that fight, but then he came back and lost his last fight. So he's on a redemption arc, I'd say. And Malarkey has the weirdest shaped eyebrows. And if you look up Jamie Malarkey and just look at his face, his face kind of looks like the Tiki face from Crash Bandicoot. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know why specifically that pops into my head, but that's the first thing I think of.
Bro's face is the opposite of symmetrical.
Yeah, it's really
That
unfortunate.
yeah. He looks sad. He looks just
He's
sad.
a little sad. He looks like the sad Tiki. But yeah, he's got great striking, amazing grappling. I think he's better than John Makdessi in every way. I mean, Makdessi's not very good in the first place, so that'll be a fast finish for Jamie Malarkey. I'm saying second round TKO. And then we got Jack Jenkins. I love watching Jack Jenkins fight. He's fighting Shippy Mariscal, though. Mariscal's really good. He had a fight of the night maybe 2 months ago, and he's already fighting again. Jack Jenkins has crazy leg kicks. He's broken multiple opponents' fibulas, and this dude just cracks. Very entertaining, very technical. Not really a stand and bang kind of guy, but definitely a Muay Thai. Let me smash your legs and make you cry, and then land some crisp combos as a result of that.
One tough motherfucker.
It'll be interesting. Yes, it'll be interesting to see how Cheppy comes from this, because his last fight he dominated his opponent, knocked him out in the second round.
Really?
And it was his first fight. He fought a guy who already had UFC experience in Trevor Peak. So I think I'm keeping the names intact. I might be mixing him up with someone else. Correct me if I'm wrong. But really excited for that fight. I love watching Jack Jenkins fight. And for the main part of the prelims, we got Carlos Olberg, the man from the Bachelor, the Black Jag. Carlos Olberg is handsome, and he strikes. His striking is very handsome too. No homo. No, if you see him strike, he's super quick. He's really quick for a light heavyweight. I'd say he's more of like the speed of like a middleweight or a welterweight, honestly.
Really?
He's got the on your toe style. Reminds me a little bit of Wonder Boy with the hands. Just crisper, not crisper, but a different style of striking, I would say. I don't think anyone's more crisp than Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, to be honest.
Makes sense.
And yeah, that wraps up the prelims. I'm excited for the prelims. Prelims are going to be really good. And to head off the main card, I think I haven't seen it just yet. I think it's Justin Taffa.
Justin Taffa and Austin Lane.
Justin Taffa and Austin Lane. So this is a rematch.
So excited.
Oh, I wore this shirt in honor of, the vibe of Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
Just a man who's going to rob you.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd put that out there.
I'm so I was gonna ask about that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty great.
I like the shirt.
It's a funny shirt. I made it myself.
Really?
Yeah, I designed it.
That's.
I designed it. I had Caitlin print it, our ex-producer.
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah. So, Justin Taffa has already fought Austin Lane once. They only got
fought. You say fought.
They had about 2 minutes into the round. There was a really nasty eye poke from Austin Lane. Looked kind of intentional to me. I was very upset at the time. But both of them seemed cool with each other. There's no bad blood. Justin Taffa's fully recovered from it, so they're going to bang out. I mean, Justin Taffa's going to knock him out in the first round. It's going to be a walk away. All of Justin Taffa's knockouts have been walk-offs so far. He hasn't had to ground pound a single opponent.
That's crazy.
He just knocks people out. I think he was only 1 to 3 fights into his MMA career when he started fighting in the UFC.
Okay.
He's only 4-1 right now. And he's already had 2 or 3 or 4 UFC fights.
That's surprising.
It's because he's just that good. I mean, you see him. I mean, welterweight.
He's pretty
heavyweight needs fighters. Heavyweights needs fighters. So when they saw a guy like that, they're like, just let him in there. They also have his brother in there. They've got Junior Taffa. We watched him not too long ago.
I think I remember.
He's the one who got the I think it was a right hand to finish it. He was landing a shit ton of body kicks and bending the guy over, and then just pow. Yeah. It was like a step in. It was a overhand right, hit him in like this part of the head.
Oh,
remember it made him go downwards?
Yep.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So excited to see the Taffa gang. They throw up like a little symbol after. I don't know this time. I'm not gonna throw a gang sign on accident.
Yes,
too white for that shit.
That is not a good idea.
But yeah, excited to see Justin Taffa in there.
Yeah.
And right after that, we've got Tyson Pedro
versus
the Pleasure Man. I hate that nickname.
That was such a weird thing because in the press conference he was saying it, and it was just he's got this very thick. I think
it was just awkward.
Was it a Swedish accent? So he's like the Pleasure Man.
It was just super awkward.
It's like
he's gonna be saying my name on Sunday, and I'm like,
and he made like a your mom joke, but it was very like it
untasteful.
It was just like kind of out of nowhere. It wasn't super funny, you know.
Yeah.
Just kind of there, and then he said it, and the whole crowd was kind of like quiet. It was just crickets. Yeah, that was a weird part of the whole press conference, but
yeah, and Tyson Pedro's like listening to him talk. He's like, "So I'm gonna call you Pleasure Man on Sunday."
He was like,
what do you want me to do with that? Like he just like he's like, "Where do you want me to go with that? What are you even saying?" So it's pretty funny. Then we had the blow up between Manuel Cape and Kai Kara France at the press conference.
That was
pretty funny, honestly. Because Israel got mad, got offensive, and stood up, and then he said, "He's like, what'd he say?"
He was like, "You anime porn addiction."
Your cartoon porn addiction
Yeah,
He was talking to Israel and shit, telling him to sit down because he stood up after he threw a water ball at Kaikara France in the crowd because Kaikara canceled their fight due to an injury.
And then he squared up against Izzy for some reason, as if Izzy wouldn't kill him.
Yeah,
I was like,
60-pound weight difference.
yeah, I was like,
Death.
you know what it reminds me of? It's like that one fucking ankle biting Chihuahua at the fucking dog park. Just
No, seriously.
just trying to kill a fucking.
It's like a Rottweiler talking to a
yeah.
Dachshund. Like
Exactly,
it's
exactly.
You'll get murdered. Please stop.
It's
Wiener dog over here, bro.
it's pretty funny.
All bark, no bite. That's how I
Yeah.
would describe Menno Cape. So
Yeah, it was interesting, but no, that was an interesting part of the whole thing. But
yeah. And he's gonna be fighting Menno Cape. We didn't even mention it. Menno Cape's gonna be fighting Felipe Dos Santos, which is a fighter out of Shootbox, Charles Oliveira's gym. That's awesome. I mean, everyone I've ever seen come out of Shootbox is aggressive, a savage. This is a flyweight fight. I haven't seen a flyweight fighter out of Shootbox. It'll be interesting.
this is
because
his first fight in UFC.
I believe this is his first fight since the Contender Series, yes.
Mm.
And, I mean, Daniel Santos was training with him in training camp. He was on FaceTime with Charles Oliveira. I mean, when you have those kind of guys in your corner, I mean, you get something special from them. So I wouldn't be surprised seeing Felipe Dos Santos pull off an upset. I'm upset. I'm rooting for him. I'm excited for it. It'll be a good fight. You know it's going to be a good fight when Shootbox guys are in there. I've never seen a boring Shootbox fight. You got Elves Brenner, who's exciting. He got fight of the night maybe 3 months ago. You've got Daniel Dos Santos got fight of the night maybe 6 months ago. I can go on a huge list. Elves Brenner was a 5-1 underdog when he fought Guram Kutaladze.
Really?
One of the greatest strikers and jiu-jitsu artists, like overall fighter guys.
Yeah.
He went to a split with Gamrot. He beat Gamrot. He went to a split with Arman. I think he beat Arman Sayukian.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
But Gamrot's not ranked, and he fought Elvis Brenner, or he has a lot of names. He has a very weird it's Brazilian names, you know,
Yeah.
like 7 names. And
okay. I see. Yeah.
yeah, and he won that fight. He TKO'd him in the second or third. He just outlasted and started landing more. He was just aggressive as hell. He kind of just took Guram's own tactic and shoved it down his throat, and he couldn't take it. So, yeah.
That's pretty interesting. I'm excited to see it. I think it'll be a fun fight.
And from there, we've got the co-main, correct?
Yeah, co-main is Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov.
Tai Tuivasa versus Volkov. This can go any way.
I
It'll
agree.
be a knockout for Volkov, or it'll be a knockout for Tai Tuivasa. There is close to 0% chance this goes to decision. Both these guys hit really hard.
Yeah.
They're both really, really good with their skill sets. And honestly, I mean, oh God, I'm dying.
Yeah, right?
I've been eating like shit because I'm depressed.
Okay.
My body's not used to like eating pizza or ice cream or anything like that, but I've kind
Yeah.
of been shoveling that down my throat.
This motherfucker just kind of grabbed the fucking court while I was here and was just munching. I was like, oh,
Man, it's
like you get a pass. You get a pass at least, you know.
hey,
You're
I'll work out
crippled.
soon. I'll just blast the gym and get the weight off my body when
True.
it comes on. So
Yeah, makes sense.
you know I am in jiu-jitsu too. So
Yeah, he's not gonna wait. He's not gonna wait. Just you should walk into the gym with that thing on.
Oh my God, no, I can't.
All right, let's go.
Just smack somebody in the head with it while trying to get like north-south position. Just
Oh my god. Imagine getting triangled with that thing
Oh my
over your
God.
face.
get murdered. It's the ultimate like triangle machine.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I think
I've got Ty for knockout. He has every disadvantage in my opinion, other than the power. But I still see Puncher's chance going for Tai Tuivasa. I mean, he dropped Cyril Gane. If he drops Cyril Gane, what he'll do to Volkov? That's my mentality.
True. You know what? That makes sense because
Volkov's
like
a little
you said,
older.
50%.
He's less fast on the feet, but he's still better than Tai Tuivasa in most ways. I don't think this will go to the ground at all. This will be a striking affair. I could see it going Volkov with the knee to the brain, maybe TKO, or I see Tai Tuivasa getting a walk-off KO and doing the shimmy and getting the shoey down. So
I mean, I could see that. Yeah, I think Tuivasa's really got to win because this he's already lost his last two fights. So,
yeah.
You know.
They were bangers until he lost, though.
True. Yeah. So I don't think he'll get like booted from.
He
the
won't
UFC
get
if
booted.
he
There's no
if he
chance Tai
loses,
Tuivasa ever
but-
gets booted, in my opinion.
Ever.
He's like, maybe. I'll give you an example. Mark Hunt. You know who Mark Hunt is?
No, I don't.
He's a legend in the UFC. He is the most, he was known for, the most walk-off KOs. he would just hit people and they'd stop moving. They would just stop
Okay.
moving, and he'd walk off. And he was Samoan as well, just smashing guys. Tai Tuivasa is like the modern Mark Hunt, because Mark Hunt wouldn't survive in this era, because he's got a little bit of grappling, more than Mark Hunt ever would, because Mark Hunt was awful at grappling. And Mark Hunt was just one of those guys who you could never count him out. He always had a giant swing, no matter what round it was.
Just fucking throwing,
Yeah, maybe a little
That's
bit less
interesting to
fast,
see.
but just bombs, like just overhand rights for days, uppercuts for days.
Makes sense.
He knocked out a guy with a 14-inch height advantage once, Stefan Struve. Mark Hunt's a
14?
5'10" heavyweight, and he knocked out Stefan Struve with an overhand right. He swung like this up at him and knocked him unconscious.
How tall was the other?
Stefan Struve was 7 feet tall. 7 feet tall.
And you said he was 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'10", so 14 inches.
Fucking Christ, that's obnoxious.
And he knocked him out. So, I mean, you could see it. That's kind of what this fight matchup's going to be. I think Tai Tuivasa is maybe 6'1", 6'2". He's not super tall. And Volkov's 6'9".
Is he? Dude, I
You
did
should
not
look
even
up
see
him
that.
fighting people, bro. He is a monster. He's tall as shit. And he has one of
Yeah.
the coolest back tattoos I've ever seen in my life. He has a, it's not an Oni mask. It's, can't remember the name of it, but he has a mask, a Japanese mask.
Like a samurai? Or
Yes, it's a samurai mask. And it's on his back. It's his entire back.
Really?
He had a stingray before. He didn't like it, got a cover up. It's a giant, it must have taken like 14 sessions, dude. It's a huge tattoo. It's his entire back, like going onto his lats and his lower body, all of it,
That's cool, yeah. And speaking of, by the way, how's that tattoo do it?
It's got some holes in it. I'm gonna have to get it touched up. I kind of ruined some parts of it rolling. There's some holes there. It's a little bit too light there.
I see,
The-
like, little...
Yeah, the line's standing a little bit there. A little bit upsetting, but from a distance, it's not bad.
Yeah, no, it still
did an
looks,
amazing
it
job.
still looks
I just fucked
awesome.
it up.
It just, like, I think the only person who's really going to notice it is you.
And that's what
And
matters.
that's what
I don't give a
matters,
fuck
yeah.
what anyone else
So-
thinks. That's what I got it for
Exactly.
him,
So,
I got it for Greg Epistan, my boy.
let's go.
30-year
R.I.P.
veteran Marine.
Yeah, no, that's cool, though.
Yeah. And to the main event.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I know you're excited, but I think you're going to be disappointed. Because
I'm
honestly,
going to be so disappointed, but...
on paper, Israel Adesanya is better than Sean Strickland in every way. Better at counter-striking, better jab even, which is saying a lot. So Sean Strickland has the second best jab in the middleweight division, in my opinion. But Izzy's got first. Izzy has beaten almost every opponent that he couldn't knock out with a jab.
So, he might be right. All right, I hope. But I dumped on Sean Strickland by submission third round because I just hope
Wild.
to God he decides to finally use the jiu-jitsu and he gets the fucking belt. and
Even he
brings it
said,
back.
logistically, I've been training for jiu-jitsu, and goes, I probably won't do it, though. So, knowing Sean Strickland will be a stand-up affair, I got probably Izzy with the second or third round TKO, honestly. Similar to Alex Pereira, I mean, both their counter games are insane. He's going to try and kickbox with a kickboxer.
True.
If
yeah.
Sean Strickland wisens up, he'll take it to the ground, which, I mean, it'll already be hard as hell to get Israel Adesanya to the ground.
True,
no one's really
yeah.
been good at it. But, I mean, if Alex Pereira can get him on the ground, Sean Strickland can too. So, excited to see that fight.
Yeah. No, it'll be.
You want to stick
extremely
over our
fun.
verdict picks to end it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of already did. I mean, you said, like
To an
we
extent.
both said, Tai Tuivasa.
Yeah.
Or not, sorry, Justin Taffa.
Justin Taffa first round.
100%.
Then I've got Tyson Pedro by sub in the first round, or second round.
I said Pedro by decision because
Okay.
I have a feeling it might just go there.
Okay.
But I honestly, I could totally see him getting a finisher like that.
Definitely. I've got Felipe Dos Santos by submission, second round. It won't let me put the pick in. It's kind of glitching on my end.
I said
So,
first round, but
I'm saying
same-
submission,
same
second
thing,
round.
yeah.
I think he outlasts Manel. Manel throws caution to the wind. Maybe drops Felipe once or twice, like most shootbox guys get dropped.
Mhm.
And from there, Felipe finds a guillotine or finds a darce or finds some sort of choking submission and steals it. That's
Yeah.
my opinion.
I can see it.
Then we've got Tai Tuivasa. I got the second round knockout for Tai.
Yeah, I think since it's such a a coin toss, I'd probably just have to operate based off of preference, and I think I would like to see Tai Tuivasa win.
The
So I'll
celebration would
probably
be so much better.
Yeah, I think I just have to say
Shaking his
Tai,
fat
but for
everywhere,
sure,
Shuey on the cage.
yeah.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be in Australia.
Australia,
so, oh
Sydney.
My God. It's gonna be like fucking what we
France?
just saw France.
France.
Yeah. No.
I don't know if
so-
it'll be that hype because France
think
really
so?
brought the fire.
You might
I've
be
never
right.
seen a crowd that hyped for fighters. To
But it
win.
is Aussies. Aussies are fucking like crazy. So
Yeah, I love the Aussies.
yeah, it'll be
Um,
fun. And I don't know if you saw it or not, or I don't know if they saw it, but Sean Strickland in the what's it called? The press conference, he was wearing his nice Aussie hat. That was funny to me. But speaking of, like we just mentioned, I think I've got Strickland by submission 3rd round because of pure hopes and prayers.
All right, bro.
Yeah, I just really hope. And then
Are you
said
familiar with Jason Ellis?
Jason Ellis?
Mhm.
No.
Oh, okay. You should listen to him sometime. He's really funny. After some technical difficulties, we're just talking about Jason Ellis. He's a guy who was one of the first professional skateboarders out of Sydney, Australia. And I explained to him what bogans are, which are kind of like, not like thugs, but, just general delinquents.
Mhm.
They get drunk, they mess around, they do burnouts, they're
Au-
loud.
but they're Australian.
But they're
Let's go.
Australian. You have to
Yes.
you have to make the distinction. I would consider Sean Strickland a American bogan.
Yep.
Let's
go.
Let's fucking go. You got Taito Ivasa, Justin Tafa, and I hope to see Jason Ellis in the crowd. He's a big Australian guy. I think his residency is actually now in the U.S., but he's a big fan of the UFC, and he used to do professional MMA just because he was scared of it. He used to get in a lot of fights when he was younger, and he was just scared of fighting.
So he just kind of went out and did it.
Yeah,
And he did
so
really well.
professionally. Yeah,
Damn, that's
He was
crazy.
2-0, which is really good. I think he fought once when he was like 30 and once when he was like 45. So, yeah. Shout out to the Bogans out there in Sydney.
I'm excited. And you said Adesanya by what?
I said Adesanya by knockout in the 3rd round.
Alrighty, well we'll have to see.
All right, we'll have to see.
So we will see you guys though on Monday probably.
Monday,
Right
Sunday,
after,
whatever.
yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right. Ah,
Rah, you
Rah.
dirty ass little bitch.
use a dirty little bad bitch.
Okay. You guys have a good
All
one.
right, have a good one.